Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, what is up? What is good? What's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are enjoying your day. Today was crazy for the NFL. A lot of news came out, and this was wild. I really only have one thing I want to specifically talk about, but let's talk about two other players that were involved in today's madness. First up, Aaron Rodgers. That man has decided to come back to Green Bay. That's right, A-Rod is not leaving to go to another team. Instead, he will return to the Green Bay Packers and will play next season. Now, we've gotten reports that it's on a 4-year deal, but Aaron Rodgers himself said that he did not sign any sort of deal, and the numbers they're giving and the years they're giving is not what he got, but he did confirm he is returning. So I don't know what deal is there. I don't know. Reports says he signed a multi-year deal. A-Rod saying he didn't sign anything like that. I'm not going to get into it. All I know is A-Rod himself did confirm he will be playing for the Green Bay Packers next year. So Packer Nation, gotta feel happy for that. You're getting back A-Rod, because my God, if you would have lost Aaron Rodgers, it's over. And with him coming back, I mean, this might mean that they're going to have to get rid of Jordan Love. I don't know what they're going to do with him at this point. But yeah, A-Rod is back in Green Bay. Another player, which is related to Green Bay, in fact. Davante Adams, he has been franchise tagged, so he will also be playing for the Packers next year. That's right, Green Bay is going to run it back with A-Rod and Davante. And we'll see if they can do something this time if they get to the postseason. Who knows? It's Green Bay. You know they found a way to choke in the postseason, either the divisional round or the NFC title game. But it is what it is. But let's get into the main focus of this video. Russell Wilson. His time in Seattle has officially come to an end. The Seattle Seahawks have traded away Russell Wilson to the Denver Broncos on a blockbuster deal. They sent him away in a 4th-round pick. In return, Denver sent 3 players and 5 draft picks. They sent Drew Lock, Noah Fant, and Shelby Harris, as well as 2 first and 2nd-round picks for the upcoming 2022 and 2023 draft. My mistake. And they also sent a 5th-round pick from this 2022 draft. So that means Denver is not gonna really have a draft pick in the 1st round for like the next couple years, and they might not have a 2nd-round. I don't know how many draft picks they have, but they sent 5 picks to Seattle. So it looks like Seattle is looking to rebuild. Maybe they might get a quarterback in this draft. I don't know, but the Russ era in Seattle has come to an end, and now he is moving to Denver. Russell Wilson going to Denver changes so much in terms of shaping the AFC. For one, his arrival in Denver immediately makes them a Super Bowl contending team, because Denver is a solid team. They've got a really good defense. From the front 7 to the secondary, they got a really good defense. Not the best, but it's a really good defense. Enough to compete, enough to help them out. They got a really good defense. Then you look at the offense. They've got weapons. They've got a solid running game. They've got some neat weapons. Yeah, and they got a good offensive line. So Russell Wilson is going to be put in a situation where he's dealing with a good team that just needed a quarterback. When you looked at the Denver situation, all they needed was a quarterback. They've got it now. With this quarterback, who is an elite quarterback, by the way, they will be able to contend in the AFC. Speaking of that, the AFC West officially becomes the toughest division in football. Check this out. In the AFC West, quarterbacks, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, Derek Carr, and now Russell Wilson. That's easily the toughest division in football. All of them are on good teams. They're all on talented teams. So I have no clue who's going to win that one. That's going to be a whole war zone. Next season, the AFC West is going to be a war zone. I have no clue who's going to win it. Kansas City's not guaranteed to win it. The Chargers are definitely going to be fighting for it. And with Russell Wilson there now, woo, Denver is going to be in the conversation. So that's number 2. That definitely makes them the toughest division in football. That's number 2. Number 3, the AFC as a whole, the entire conference, has officially become a complete gauntlet. They have far surpassed anything the NFC showing. Now, this isn't something that's just happened now specifically because of Russell Wilson coming over to the AFC side. This has been happening for the last couple years. It started in 2017 where we saw both Mahomes and Watson get drafted to the AFC. Then in 2018, you brought in Lamar, Allen, and Baker, and they're still all in the AFC. And then you get into 2019 as well. You bring in both Burrow and Herbert. And then in 2020, you're bringing in someone like a Tua, and now Mac Jones is here as well. So many young, talented guys are crowding the AFC. Meanwhile, the NFC, you don't really have much there. You look around in the NFC, in terms of quarterback talent, it's not much there. Other than Aaron Rodgers, what's there? With Brady retired, what's really there? You got Matthew Stafford. I guess Dak could be in the conversation. Other than that, looking from Kirk Cousins? You want to put Kirk Cousins into this? Maybe, I guess. Kyler's still there, but then again, with the situation in Arizona, I don't know if Kyler's going to be there for long. So you look at the level of competition in the NFC compared to what's in the AFC, it's not even close. You're looking at the AFC. You have Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, and now Russell Wilson. All elite talented quarterbacks. And then you got good quarterbacks as well, such as Derek Carr, and a solid quarterback in Baker, who's also on a Super Bowl contending team because they have the talent to compete. Cleveland has plenty of talent offensively and defensively to compete. And then you got some of these young guys like Tua and Mac Jones. Bro, there is talent everywhere. And then you can't overlook the Titans because even though Ryan Tannehill probably isn't the quarterback of the future for them, they still have Derrick Henry, and that's a really good football team. So when you look around the state of the AFC, you look at the contenders here, and you look at the quarterback play, it's a complete gauntlet. I mean, I don't know who's coming out at this point. We just saw Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals find a way to get out of here and get into the Super Bowl. They found a way to get out of the AFC as the champs, got into the Super Bowl and lost. I cannot guarantee they're going to be there next year. Kansas City's still going to be Kansas City. Buffalo probably should have been in the Super Bowl if the whole overtime thing didn't happen. Honestly, that number one defense would have made a stop with 14 seconds left. Buffalo's in the Super Bowl. No doubt in my mind. They would have destroyed the Bengals. But we're not here to talk about that. So you still got the Bengals in this. You still got the Chiefs in this. You still got the Bills in this. And of course, you still got to look at the Ravens, because despite the fact that the Ravens, missed the playoffs last year, they were injured to hell, left and right. We had all of our guys get injured, including Lamar Jackson. They missed damn near everybody. Their running backs were gone. There are many pieces on the defense and the offense. They missed so many guys, so many crucial pieces, so many starters. The fact that that team almost made the playoffs is scary. They are a very talented unit. They will be healthy next year, and they will also be contenders. So you got to look at Baltimore. You got to look at Tennessee as well. They're also going to compete, and I don't know how the Ryan Tannehill situation is going to go, but they're also going to compete. You still got to look at the Chargers, because even though they didn't make it, they're still going to be able to compete. Then you look at the Patriots. They made the playoffs with the rookie Mac Jones. Does he improve in the offseason? Who knows? They proved they can get the playoffs with the rookie Mac Jones. If he comes back better next year, who knows how it's going to be? The AFC as a whole is a complete gauntlet. It has gotten crazy. It's gone haywire. And honestly, it's going to be a battle. If you are not playing your A game, you're not going to be able to win in this conference. 10 wins is not going to be enough to take you to the playoffs. At this point, with the way the AFC looks, 10 wins will not take you to the playoffs. Even with 7 playoff spots, 10 wins will not take you to the playoffs, because I just named about 7 to 8 teams that are guaranteed to win 11 games. What do you do with that? Like, seriously, 10 wins is not enough to win your division. Unless you're maybe in the AFC South, because, that division isn't going well. Then again, who knows what happens with Trevor Lawrence? I don't know. And we know the whole Watson situation in Houston. We don't know how that's going to go. But, yeah, I mean, other than the Colts, they look like they're getting ready to get rid of Carson Wentz. So what happens there? I just don't know. But, yeah, you look at the AFC North, you can easily get 3 of those teams in the playoffs. Easily. With the Ravens, the Bengals, and the Browns, talent-wise, they could all be in the postseason. And the Steelers could fight for it too. The AFC West, all 4 of those teams could easily make the playoffs next year. Then you look at the AFC East, and you got 2 teams that can definitely make the playoffs, and another team in Miami that will compete to make the playoffs. So, I just don't know. It's a complete gauntlet. It's a complete gauntlet at this point. We just have to see what's going to happen. It's going crazy. It's going haywire. I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, the AFC is a gauntlet. As a Ravens fan, I am definitely excited to see how my team ranks amongst this unit and how they are able to challenge everyone else in the AFC. But before we can do that, number one thing is we got to get healthy. And number 2, we have got to get better on some of our weaknesses. But I'll talk about that on a later date. Anyway, Russell Wilson to Denver. It shakes up the AFC West. It shakes up the AFC as a whole. And now this conference is a gauntlet. With that being said, that is all I got. And I'm out of here, man. Peace.